Welcome on back, everybody, to another episode of Comic Conquest. Different type of episode. When I was filming this video, I was a complete dumbass, so now you get voiceover Cole, who doesn't have a mold anymore. So basically, I'm talking about here how I've built multiple computers before, and how I'm taking parts from this old rig to put in this new rig, including the DDR4 RAM, Corsair Vengeance, 16 gigabytes, 3000 megahertz, sorry, and my graphics card, a 2060 Super, which got transplanted in here. And then I'm about to talk about the normal part, so let's get into it. Kraken AIO with the screen. Funny GIFs. I think that makes sense. I never did a build with an AIO. This is the first one. And then we have the CPU. Intel Core i7. 12 cores, the performance and efficiency cores. And then the Z690 platform's complete dog doo-doo, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So I went with this Gigabyte board, which is kind of okay, but it was a DDR4 board. Mini ITX works, you know. I just needed that, and a bigger power supply because 4080 question mark prices drop, crypto winter, you know what I'm saying, dog. And then I'm just talking about how I'm putting it in a Meshlicious so that I could see the Kraken AIO, because yeah, that's what you do. So let's hop right into building this son of a bitch. Time lapse, please. Oh, there you are. Thank you. We unboxed the motherboard, and I also had a problem with Newegg here. They sent me a couple broken motherboards, those clowns. So you see me checking the pins because the pins were bent in the other one, and we'll talk about more of that in a second. But you may be asking, Cole, why Alder Lake over Ryzen? And that would be a smart question, you smart viewer. AM4 is about to end and AM5 is coming, and I just didn't want to wait. I'm an Intel guy, if I'm being honest, so we went Alder Lake. There I am. Look at me. I'm such a clown. I ended up stop filming building this computer because I got so upset because of how tight the workspace was. So I was just like, we got to do it. And you'll see, it's a monstrosity. I'm like, will it boot? Oh my God, will it boot? Dude, look at my hair. Someone should have told me to cut my hair sooner. Do you see those strands over my ears? I'm such a clown. I'm like, oh, please boot, please boot. And yeah, let's watch this video for a second. Look how intrigued I am. And look how I set this up. I set it up so badly. I make a comment. It's like 2 in the morning. I know these bright hospital lights you can't tell that, but it took me like the whole day to build this computer. And the fan wasn't working at first, then it was like, oh, is it gonna boot? Anyway, let's talk about the Z690 platform and this Aorus board, which got terrible reviews, but I bought it anyway because I'm a stupid idiot. First of all, Newegg, these clowns. I had to RMA this board twice. They kept sending me ones with bent pins. We'll put up pictures now. Look at those bent pins. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So this board has a lot of issues, right? The BIOS, apparently, the first BIOS that came out with the first version, which is now marked as light, was terrible, and it loads forever. This is, I guess, since I bought a new board, it's the second version of the BIOS, which isn't much better, if we're being honest. But also, the VRMs on this board, they're set up the way I wanted them compared to, like, some cheap ASRock board. But this board just gets obscenely hot under even 0 use. I could cook you an egg with these fucking cooling fins that they have on here. And on the mezzanine, I don't even have an M.2 installed, and it's always steaming hot. Besides that, the boot times, they're actually not that bad compared to what some people say. This board just got shit on in reviews with PCIe issues, which I don't have to worry about. Dude, look at my dumper there, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Yeah, I use a 2060 Super, so I got a PCI 3 riser instead of a PCI 4, one which might be an issue, but you know, here it is. Okay, thanks for cutting away. Basically the computer boots. Yeah, like, I don't know what to say. There's a couple issues. I think this was before I overclock it, and I boot it into the BIOS and overclock it. If you don't know how to do that, you restart your computer, you hit the delete key, you move your mouse around, you click your XMP profile if you want, or you could set a normal overclock if you're a smart G. But I think I set it to XMP in this clip, and then I don't think I undervolted it yet. Oh yeah, because I swear I'm going to fix the wiring in a bit. Anyway, yeah, I'm overclocking it here. I think I talked about the difference between my old chip and this chip. Of course, I had a 6600K, which is a 4-core, 4-thread CPU, and it was okay. And towards the end of its life, I overclocked the shit out of that thing, probably unhealthily. I won't do that. I'll probably do it because I have a conservative overclock on this chip right now. with a light undervolt to lower those temps, because that's another issue, is the temps with the CPU. Alder Lake is a known energy whore and temperature lover, loves the heat. Anyway, as you can see at the top corner of the screen there, it says like 1600. You can see how late it was, -12. It's like 4 in the morning, so I couldn't frame this shot properly. I couldn't be on myself to talk for some reason. I just ramble on about nothingness, just like this video right now. I'm not a tech reviewer. Please don't scrutinize me. I'm trying my best here. I make videos about comic books. Anyway, to be fair, there's another tech video coming about a keyboard, which I built, which is going to be a lot better. So a little teaser for the people that stick around. Anyway, let's get to the end where I show some results. I fix up the wiring and we do some ceremony stuff. Whoa, I snapped because that was a bit in this video that is now getting cut because I'm doing a voiceover and I'm a dumb idiot. Anyway, you could see I fixed the wiring a bit. I edited a video. That is the Kenobi finale video, which was edited on this machine. That was the first edit video. And you can see the dual temp sensor on the AIO. I have a GIF on there now. But it does the dual temps, which is nice. And when I was rendering this video originally, this first one, the temp of the CPU hit like 80, which if you know anything is like, that's not okay. Because the NZXT has a fan curve and it wasn't going on properly, but I think I got that fixed now in the software. But I digress. Anyway, let's pop up the render time of another Kenobi video here. This is the Kenobi 4 video, which I edited. It's a 17-minute video, and it took me 20 minutes to render that puppy out, which is more than the actual video itself. Now, as I said, I'm a dumb idiot, so I lost the image of the finale I rendered. But you could see it on screen kind of. I know it's probably not legible, but I believe that's like a 20-minute video, and I rendered that out in like 5 or 6 minutes, which makes sense. Like 3 times the cores, 3 times the performance, quicker renders. And I just rant about here. But let's talk about the gaming performance here, because I've had this thing for a while, and talk about a CPU bottleneck. I really think my CPU is bottlenecking me in some of these games. Specifically Warzone, which is kind of a dead game now. Come on, release Warzone 2. I jumped like 100 FPS in almost any title. Warzone, Destiny 2, even some of the MMOs I play, BDL, Lost Ark, which isn't really a performance heavy game, but you get better frames there, of course. Valorant, of course, I double in frames. So yeah, it's an upgrade. No Cole. But yeah, I just rant about how like, oh, I'm so glad I did this, whatever. But I will thank you for watching this video, because this is definitely a different type of video, and if you stayed this far, thank God, because I don't know what this video is. I'm actually leaving to go to back to Chicago in like a couple hours, and I just needed to fix this up because I've been playing with this video for so long, and I'm such a dumbass that when I recorded it, I really didn't talk about anything. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna throw over the voiceover. That didn't make sense. We're gonna throw on the voiceover and we're gonna see what we get. And look at me, I'm shaking my shoulders in the video. But like, comment, subscribe. Next week, a drawing video. I forget who it is, but yes, handicap drawing video. And then maybe another tech video. As I said before, keyboard videos coming. So stay tuned for that and tell me if you like these videos. That'll be all. Like, comment, subscribe.